8-man interim executive. Details of this and more in a moment. Education program. An interim executive. Details shortly. Good morning and welcome. Should be eternally grateful to the Akpabio administration for implementing the free, compulsory and qualitative education program. Interacting with newsmen in our office in Uyo, Professor Antai said with the program, the intake of pupils in primary and students in secondary schools in the state witnessed an astronomical rise, while students who hitherto could not afford to pay examination fees had the burden taken away from the shoulders of their parents. This and more, the commissioner said, may have justified the confidence the people of Ikot Ekpene Senatorial District had in sending Governor Godswill Akpabio to represent them at the Red Chamber of the National Assembly. Professor Antai noted that the quality of service the governor gave to the state has not gone unnoticed both within and outside the country. She expressed the hope that the uncommon transformer will bring his experience to bear on his stewardship at the Senate.
As free and compulsory qualitative education for all and sundry. What he gave to the state shall be continued at the national level, and I pray that God will give other opportunities beyond the senatorial service.
While describing the mandate given to Mr. Udom Emmanuel by the people of the state as divine, Professor Antai said by his training, experience and exposure, he will take the state to an industrial era when the teeming number of Akwa Ibom youths will be employed. The commissioner said she is grateful to Governor Godswill Akpabio for ensuring that Eket Senatorial District produces the next governor of the state and prayed God to endow the governor-elect and his deputy the wisdom, strength and grace to continue with the task of providing good governance to the people of the state.
And joyful democracy in the state. His training and his experience has suited him uniquely for the job of leading Akwa Ibom State into an industrialized state which would provide employment opportunities for the youths.
The commissioner also felicitated other PDP candidates and wished them well. The member-elect for Ini State constituency, Mr. Emmanuel Ekpenyong-Pasi, has assured Ini people of quality representation when his tenure begins in the next session of the State House of Assembly. He gave the assurance at a thank you visit to Ini for their support, which has led to his success at the polls. He told the people that his representation will carry everybody along, irrespective of party affiliation. The former youth leader of PDP in Akwa Ibom State noted that more dividends of democracy would be witnessed by the people of the area for their continuous faith in the People's Democratic Party. He called for unity because, according to him, the people are peace-loving people.
This is the area of life. This is the area na Mewedian Boswa. I gave a game boy elected office for
Also speaking, the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Dr. Gloria Deck, said the House member-elect will initiate effective representation that will attract Others who spoke at the event included the Director General of Ekeminia Basi Campaign Organization, Mr. Okona Sokwo, and former Chairman of Ine Local Government, Mr. Emmanuel Ebe. The event, which was attended by the 10 wards of Ine, featured songs and dance by the women and youth groups. Earlier, Mr. Emmanuel Basi and his team had visited Mbiabedi Koludo to commiserate with the family of late Mr. Gabriel Udodo, who lost life during the April 11 election. Pledged the party's resolve to support the family. The Nigeria Labour Congress NLC Akwa Ibom State Council has inaugurated an 8-member youth wing interim executive headed by Comrade Joseph John of Ministry of Housing and Urban Renewal. With this development, the state NLC now has 3 components: the main wing, the women's wing, and the youth wing. The event took place at the NLC Solidarity Center at Amafortuyo during the first Labour Youth Summit in the state. Other members of the interim executive are Comrade Imeokpong, Vice President, Etienne Ben, Secretary, Ibanga Daniel, PRO1, and Emmanuel Atta, PRO2. Gavin Baker is the Financial Secretary, Victor Silvanus, Organizing Secretary, while the only female executive, Comrade Enobong Daniel, will serve as the Treasurer. Performing the inauguration, the state NLC chairman, Comrade Onyemosoro, said the youth wing is a platform for training and equipping the youth to take over the leadership of the main wing in future. The state NLC boss charged the youth wing to shun all forms of negative attitude that could prevent them from transforming into the main wing of the NLC and becoming future leaders both in government and in the society. He assured the youth wing of more training programs and support, reminding them that the youth wing is accountable to the main wing of the NLC.
And the future of the movement. And so we know that you are our future. So if we build you, that means we are building the future of labor. But we can also say build the youth, build the labor movement.
The chairman of the event and state chairman of Nigeria Union of Teachers, Comrade Etamokbong, said, like other members of the Nigeria Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress, members of the youth wing are drawn from the state civil and public service as well as the organized private institutions in the state. Comrade Etamokbong challenged the youth wing to live above board by overcoming challenges faced by most youth, which include overdependency, arrogance, disobedience, and love for much luxury.
Counterparts in the Arab world and in Asia, the African slaves in sprawling European farms and mines in America, and there are millions of European cocoa, rubber, plantations, and farms and mines in Africa. They all to survive. To be counted in oppressive political economic settings have been the driving force behind organized labor movement.
The Trade Union Congress, TUC, Comrade Akambawa, whose youth wing is yet to be inaugurated, charged the youth wing to follow the footsteps of their elders if they must succeed and take over from them. The pioneer president of NLC Youth Wing in the state, Comrade Joseph John, who the historical birth of the youth wing, commended the main wing of NLC and TUC for recognizing them in the labor movement and pledged their loyalty and commitment to the parent wings. He promised to work hard to justify the confidence reposed in them and called on all the youth in NLC and TUC to come together and support them in the performance of their duties.
Line of this law for the emancipation of workers in the state.
During the technical session of the Youth Summit, 2 papers were presented: Ethics and Principles of Labor Movement by Comrade Anwana Anwana, and Labor Youth and the Future of Labor Movement in Nigeria by Comrade Tina Sin. Good news received the Special Advisor, and Public Service Matters, the Ministry of Housing and Urban Renewal, and Ministry of Agriculture. We'll take a short break at this point. When we come back, the news continues. Stay with us.
For the best of entertainment, incisive news, captivating and illuminating programs, the latest in politics, in-depth analysis of events, sports, and much more, keep watching AK Channel 45.
Glad to have you back. The head of Civil Service, Mrs. Cecilia Odorisien, has congratulated Akwa Ibom State Chapter of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations (NIPR) on the flag-off of the Uyo Studies Center of the Institute. Mrs. Odorisien, in a congratulatory message, acknowledged the pivotal roles public relations play in smooth service delivery as enshrined in the Public Service Charter. She urged the faculty of the Study Center to maintain high standards in all its academic programs. Mrs. Odorisien encouraged ministries, departments, and agencies of government in the state to utilize the availability of NIPR Study Center in Uyo. The center of the institute, which is the first in South Nigeria, today, Friday 24th of April, by 10 o'clock in the morning. The Ibom Broadcasting Corporation of facilities corporation at Ntagaya. The team was conducted around the facilities by the Acting Director General of the state, Mrs. Elsie, inspected the television newsroom, office of the head of unit, editing suite, as well as the camera unit.
Cameras are out. Again, to install the cameras.
Also, the team inspected the section of the station where they also facilities used for news production. Speaking with the team, the editor on duty, Barrister Danny Kanem, listed some of the challenges confronting them, especially the rains. The presiding officer of the board, Mr. Idonwesot Philip, expressed satisfaction that the facilities have improved the service delivery of the station as compared to previous years and sued for more commitment from staff. Mr. Philip, who appreciated the Director General of the station for her administrative competence, assured the staff that the challenges raised will be solved. He called on the state government to construct a permanent corporate headquarters with modern facilities, which will aid effective competition at the
to visit the new headquarters. We are still managing the temporary office that is not going to be that, the working environment is not what, with modern day broadcasting. So we are still that the government of Akwa Ibom State will come to AKBC's aid, giving us a befitting corporate headquarters, the work that we will compete with,
Also speaking, the representative of the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Information and Communications, Mr. Emmanuel Lafayette, the staff of the station, solicited help from the state government.
We appreciate what we have seen so far, what the state government has done in order to the AKBC lightly, but we believe that the time infrastructure will be put in place to perfect what we have at the moment.
In her remark, the Acting Director General of AKBC, Mrs. Elsie Udofia, appreciated the team for the visit, which she said has identified things that hamper the services of the station, but expressed the hope that better days await the station.
And having come here, we've seen that we have identified even things that we need to put in place for the staff to be able to carry out their job more effectively. AKBC is moving on. We want to believe that we are going to see better days also soon, and especially with the fact that digitization is around the corner come June, deadline for Nigeria.
Okanafun Elders Council has rejoiced with the Governor-elect, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, and Deputy Governor-elect, Mr. Moses Ekpo, on their resounding victory at the poll. The Chairman of the Elders Council and Commissioner for Lands and Town Planning, Obong Enokpan, said Okanafun people were elated at the outcome of the election. He described the elected officers as men of integrity who are equipped with sufficient knowledge to make the people proud in leadership and governance. According to Obongakpan, the people of the area have implicit confidence in Mr. Emmanuel, their in-law, an accomplished professional whose tenure as governor would witness even developments of the state. He also explained that the involvement of Mr. Moses Ekpo, an administrator par excellence and one of the leaders of former Abak division, informed the massive turnout of Okanafun people to vote for PDP during the election. The commissioner called on lovers of the state and people of goodwill to rally around the duo to consolidate on the uncommon transformation of the present administration of Chief Godswill Akpabio, as well as thank God for a successful transition in the state and country. The Elders Council Chairman also rejoiced with Governor Godswill Akpabio for emerging the Senator-elect for Ikadekpene Senatorial District and saluted him for living up to his promise of ensuring power shift to Ekiti Senatorial District for equity, fairness and justice. Obongakpan thanked the governor for giving Okanafun a sense of belonging through appointment, construction of Abak Okanafun Road, which informed the massive support the people gave to him at the election. He called on the senator-elect to remain focused and resolute in his representation, promising to go with him at all times. Citizens of the state who applied online for admission into the Nigerian Defense Academy Kaduna Batch 67, a regular course examination will take place on Saturday, April 25. The examination venue is Community Secondary School at Calfort by 7 o'clock in the morning. A statement from the Office of the Secretary to the State Government indicates that screening of candidates will take place between 7 to 9 o'clock in the morning. The statement requests candidates to go along with acknowledgement form downloaded from the applications portal on the internet, as well as ND examination card from the same portal. Other requirements include JAM Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination UTME slip, 2 postcard size 3.5 by 5 inch photographs, and writing materials including HB pencil and eraser. The statement warns that mobile phones and other electronic devices are forbidden in the examination hall. Don't forget that you can also watch AKBC TV News online by logging onto akbconline.org or follow us on Twitter at AKBC45UU, on Facebook at AKBC Channel 45. That's our package for this morning. Before we go, another look at the top stories. The Commissioner for Education, Professor Atamantai, has hailed the Akpabio administration for implementing the free and compulsory education program in the state. she was speaking to newsmen in her office. Also, the Nigeria Labour Congress in Akwa Ibom State has inaugurated an 8-member interim executive to man its affairs. That's the news. Thanks for watching. Join us again by noon for another package. Do enjoy your weekend.